Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing the punch. I had a story.
Okay.
EFCC, they said that they've assured Nigerians that they will never again allow looted assets by corrupt individuals to be relooted. So they are admitting that people are relooting. This was even as he said, good governance is a possibility in Nigeria. Chairman of the commission, Mr. Ola Olukoyede, gave the assurance in Kaduna State on Wednesday when he paid a visit to the main campus of the newly established Federal University of Applied Sciences, Kachia. He was speaking there, and he was, according to him, said this is a testimony that good governance. When he was speaking at the event, saying that this is a testimony that good governance is a possibility in Nigeria, and to ensure delivery of good governance and provided leadership directly, indirectly, and to the people. Never in the history of this country are we going to allow recovered assets to be relooted again. So this is a testimony of accountability, it's a testimony of transparency, and a testimony of judicious use of recovered assets. Nigerians deserve to enjoy the proceeds of accountability, and that is why we decided to give this back to the people. After recovery, we feel the people of the immediate community must be the first beneficiaries. So they were also benefiting from part of the looted funds given to the university. So he was just trying to restate the fact that going forward, none of those funds will be relooted again. Okay, we hope so.
Nice.
Okay.
So I have the Independent National Electoral Commission has told the coalition of political groups seeking to register a new political party ahead of the 2027 general elections that no amount of public pressure or blackmail would override the need for strict compliance with constitutional and regulatory compliance. The electoral body questioned the coalition's compliance with key legal and procedural requirements, warning that party registration was not merely a political declaration, but a constitutional process governed by strict guidelines. INEC also denied reports circulating online claiming the registration of two new political parties, which is the Independent Democrats and the People's Democratic Movement. Also, several oppositions accusing INEC of accusing the electoral body, which is INEC, of refusing to register new political parties, and this has raised concerns about the inclusiveness of the electoral process. And also, the former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, has also accused INEC chairman of blocking registration of new political parties, and he really applauded the former INEC chairman Jega over this particular.
Okay, so the Anambra teacher jailed 12 years for defiling 11-year-old male student. When I was going through the story, I thought maybe a woman to a boy, but it's actually a male teacher to a boy child. Jesus. A sexual and gender-based violence court sitting in Oka, Anambra State, presided over by Justice P. Soti, has sentenced a 34-year-old school teacher to 12 years imprisonment for defiling his 11-year-old JSS1 student. Okay. The defendant, Pascal Ofomata, was charged with rape and inflicting physical harm, punishable under Section 3, subsection 1, Section 4, subsection 1, respectively. As a matter of fact, when I was going through the story, it was funny to me because when in his defense, he was saying he did not have any penetration. He only just sucked his penis.
God. He has the guts to speak.
But I'm happy that he has to spend 12 years of his life.
That's a short time.
That's too short. It's too short. The trauma that boy for the rest of his life.
For life. Really, really sad. You know, I've been talking. Sometimes we need the draconian law in this country. I've been saying it, but nobody listens to me.
Castration, Abi.
I don't think. Something very, very. Nigerian Tribune. Let's move on because I've been in trouble recently. Tinubu to Service Chief and IGP, fished out Benue criminals. Zenith Bank reassures shareholders, investors of continued dividend payment. Story inside, we have Governor Mba, Enugu among fastest states in Nigeria. We will never allow relooting to recovered funds. We took that already. Bashanjo Shoyinka, others, a re-echo impact of Olunloyo on traditional institutions and social political growth. Which story do you have, Chema, in Tribune?
Okay, so it's not a story per se, but more of an article around the need for us to not overlook mental health issues in Nigeria. You know, we're in a society where mental health is not is not seen to be serious. You know, the wound on the inside cannot be compared to the wound on the outside. So you have more empathy when you have like a wound on the outside rather than what's going on the inside. And so there's this article on ignorance around mental health challenges is expensive, and it states categorically that the biggest barriers to accessing mental health care remains ignorance about what is happening and how to get help. Now, it's closely followed by shame, stigma, and also supernatural beliefs. And all of this affects our society today. And we must remember and realize that the society is the people, not the landmass, not the state. It's the people. And so it's important for us, even as we celebrate the men, celebrate the fathers, celebrate women, celebrate children, whatever celebration we have to mark humanity, we must remember that our mental health is very important. Yes.
So I have a story here. Barely a week after a Nigerian stylist, Ifeoluwa Akinwumi, was caught in India with drugs worth over 1.8 billion naira. Another Nigerian national identified as Chukuma has also been arrested for a similar offense. According to reports in India today, the suspect was apprehended by operatives at the Bengaluru's Central Crime Branch during a raid with narcotics valued at approximately 214 million naira. The accused was caught by the police during an attempt to distribute narcotics within the area of the northern Bengaluru, and the report disclosed that the arrest was part of a broader operation by the CCB's narcotics wing, which resulted in the seizure of MDMAs and crystal substances. Really
very sad.
But when I hear such stories, I'm always curious to know, did they really do a research to be sure that they are actually Nigerians? Because we have a lot of people from different countries going around, going out. Because when I went to India, there was a lot of that case going on and cultism. But I found out from a non-Nigerian that he actually bears a Nigerian passport. But he's not Nigerian.
Oh, that's true. Even these guys from Cotonou, I met one working here. He said he answers Yoruba name Lanre.
So as long as they are black,
to integrate.
It's assumed that
in immigration.
All right, so this one is Lassa fever death rate rises as cases spread. NCDC, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, has reported a rise in the fatality rate of Lassa fever as the disease continues to spread across states with new confirmed cases and more deaths. As it is, the NCDC disclosed this in its latest situation report, and it's like the week 23 of it. And according to them, they said the agency, Nigeria has recorded 143 deaths and 758 confirmed Lassa fever cases so far this year. As they say, 18 states in 2025, 18 states have recorded at least one confirmed case of Lassa fever, 96 local government areas. That's what, and I can't take all the figure right now because of time, but people should just know that it's closer to home than you can imagine. So just be careful.
Okay, so the managing director, Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, Mr. Fale, has urged all employers of labor to enroll into the Employees Compensation Scheme. It's called the ECS, and fulfill the obligations so that more families can benefit from its essential safety nets. That's if there's an injury, there's a death, your dependents won't just be left hanging. Yes, he made the appeal on Wednesday when the fund presented a check of over 18 million naira as death benefits to the family of an employee who died in the course of official duty. The NSITF boss said the check presentation highlighted the importance of the employer's role in contributing towards protecting their employees and the dependents, as well as the success of the ECS. He says that they should, all stakeholders involved who are employers of labor should get involved, because people can't just work all their lives and then be left hanging if something actually happens. So there should be a safety net. When you're putting in your time and effort into a project, into a company, there should be a safety net for you and your family. I think that makes sense.
Okay, our final paper this morning, The Guardian, reactions to Tinubu's Benue visit, land grab remark rising IDPs. Gowon denies prior knowledge of the July 1966 counter coup. River Park Estate, court restrains IGP, EFCC from alleged rights violation. World Sickle Cell Day carriers, stakeholders bemoan high cost of healthcare insurance commission. Okay, any story in Guardian? Nobody?
Yes, there's a story. So the Federal High Court in Abuja has restrained the Inspector General of Police, the Commissioner of Police of the FCT, and the head of the IGP monitoring unit at the force headquarters and others from alleged continuous violation and obstruction in connection with the River Park estate disputes. Justice Obiore Gwatu, in a ruling on an ex parte motion yesterday, ordered the parties before him not to take any more action that will foist a fait accompli on the court in the matter. The judge also fixed June 26th for the commencement of the hearing on the land disputes. Yeah, I used to have a property in Rivers Park, so I know that this has been an issue before.
For a while.
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
Okay, that's all we can take on the front page review. We go on a short break now. When we come back, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.